that with this evening's top of the bill is none other than Rainer's daughter, who, like her father beforehand, competes at both International Grand Prix and Championship and Olympic 3-day event standard. And now also, like her father, is the proud wearer of an Olympic gold medal. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ingrid Klimke. Okay, let's get the microphone working. I think it should just... Okay, well, first of all, congratulations on your Olympic gold medal.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having
Right, so we're going to find out about your training system later, but first of all, we're going to find out about you.
Yeah.
So we're going to move gradually into this. Just imagine it's just you and I, and these people aren't here. So tell me, first of all, tell me about your background. Married? Right. What is marriage? Are you, yeah. Do you have a partner? I have to get this sorted out already.
So, luckily, I grew up in a family which really held together because my father was a very strong personality. So we all tried to behave very well, I would say. And luckily, my mother is here tonight. She supported...
hold on.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked you.
Okay.
I need to
ask
know
me about my history.
your marriage.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. Okay.
So it started...
As a bloke, that's important. That's the first thing we have to sort out.
So the very first thing is here, I'm married to a wonderful man who unluckily couldn't be here tonight. But we have 2 great daughters. And I have the same family support at home, which I grew up with.
Okay, so how old are your daughters, and what are their names?
I like to be that small that I can bring every horse which I have in my barn up as if it's my own.
And you have cross-country course there, or do you have to go?
Münster is very close to Warendorf, and in Warendorf we always have a cross-country place. And all our training camps are in Warendorf, so that's very close. I have around a big field, let's say a racetrack, where I can do lots of condition training at home. We have a jumping place and a dressage place, lots of pastures, what is important, because all the horses, especially the stallions, the dressage stallions, love their pastures and go out every day. But I felt I don't need cross-country fences at home, because you better drive around to different places. And in Münster is also a Westphalian driving and riding school where you have water and ditches and all kinds of approach for young horses. So it's it's very close to the city, what makes my life easy, because in the morning I said it's my riding time. So from 8 to 2 I have no kids and I can totally focus on my riding. And in the afternoon I have the 2 kids, and so I can combine it very well because it's very close together, the barn where we live, where the kids go to school and to kindergarten, so it makes it easy to get everything under one person.
So tell us about where you live. What kind of house?
My dream was always to live at a farm with the horses together, but somehow it didn't went. So now I'm 10 minutes away from the barn. We live in the same neighborhood where my mother and brothers live and where I grew up. The kids can walk to school, or pedal to school now, and so they can be quite independent early or in young age, and it makes me giving as much time as I can to spend with the horses. It's important that you learn how to deal with money and make something serious first, which you need all your lifetime. So he persuaded me, and to do the 2 years, I survived, but afterwards I said, definitely never again in the bank. I need people, I want horses, so I started sports to become a teacher. It was really fun because I could combine it very well, doing lots of sports, be with the kids and the horses. But then I was in school and I had a good teacher who said every Friday, sorry, Ingrid is ill, she has a bad cough. hopefully on Monday there was no news in the newspaper, but then some shows already started on Tuesdays, so that made our life quite difficult. And then finally I said, I really want to focus on the riding and try to stay very small and try to build up my own riding business.
Look what's happened to the banking crisis. It's much better off you didn't go down that path. You don't want to be a banker, believe me. But actually, let's talk about that, because your father, of course, could be regarded as one of the last few true amateurs to compete at be successful at the highest possible level. I mean, he was a lawyer, and he continued to be a lawyer while he was competing at this high level. Do you think that is possible to do that now?
So first we made sure that we have enough beer and wine, and finally we came up with a new idea that I would like to quit my school and become a professional rider. And he was really first quite...
Didn't approve.
No, not approve right away, because he said all the horses in our family all the horses belong to the family, and I don't want you to change your personality. I would really like you to have this passion and to take all the love you are now taking in your horses. And if you have to make it as a business, a lot of people change because the money aspect is so important. So he said, we do a deal. You go, leave my barn, you take your 10 horses, borrow a stable somewhere else, and you can come within the next 2 years back home if you want. You can try it, but it's very difficult and tough, and I want you to definitely make sure that you take care about the personality of the horses and don't change. That you really have to take lots of time for condition training, to go to gallop track where you do interval training, then you have to go do cross-country fences, go with the horses, to do show jumping at another place and do dressage. So if you want to do this, even only with 10 horses, it's a total full-time job. And all the shows, especially the training shows for the young horses, are often Tuesdays, Wednesdays. So now I realized if you really want to compete in the top, you need this time, and you really need to have the freedom not to do it after work. You must canter whenever your horse needs it, or whenever the weather and the ground is there, or whenever the next show is coming, and not when you variety of training. And he must stay healthy, that hopefully when he is 16, 17, we still can compete in the Grand Prix sport, in the top class sport, where they have to have strength and health to survive as long as we can in the sport. I brought 2 horses. The one is a 6-year-old stallion, Sir Chivago by Sir Donnerhall. I would like to show you the warm-up phase and different exercises we will build, always a little bit different, to encourage you to try just the different experiments. And because I only have... So you don't really need a hell lot of equipment, like fences, pole, everything. These 4 Cavaletti are great, because if you work with 4 Cavaletti and the horse does a mistake, it can easily jump over it. Some people use 6 or 8, and then I'm always a bit afraid that the horse has a good chance if he does a mistake. What I do is, what I like are these blocks. In old days, there were these crosses, these wooden crosses with sometimes sharp ends. But if, for example, you lunge a horse over the Cavaletti, then the lunge line can caught in the cross. And if he is run beside with these, nothing can happen. What I like are wooden poles. These are plastic poles because I'm a jumper. I like the horse to approach a rail and feel, oh, something is happening. Now I'm responsible to lift my feet higher. I have to find a solution not to hit it and try to be careful. The young horses, sometimes you are not so able to have right away exactly the spur which you need. So that's why we start Sophie with only 1 walk Cavaletti. So Sophie comes straight. The first 10 minutes you anyway walk. Especially in the winter time, you have no chance to walk outside. That means you take the Cavaletti inside and your horse has something to think about. I I like to walk on the buckle in the beginning, the first 10 minutes, if everything is fine. But I know that he can be here a little bit spooky, and if he lifts his head up and is only looking around, that's not good for his back. I want from the beginning in the walk that he is searching forward, downwards, and stretch. It's good that now he looks. Great. So the horse looks what's on the ground. Can you take the next? So we take the next. And then you gradually, you do it 1 or 2 times. And then you take the next. In the walk, you try to keep the measurement for the walk step as long as you can, because what you want is to keep the really big walk that the horse is stepping over as much as he can. So it's around, well, he was very clever. He thought, oh, that will not fit, I do a little extra. So if I do Cavaletti work, I watch the horse and the way the horse is approaching it, is trying to figure out the exercise. So it tells me also a lot of his character. Is he a smart one, which is very quick thinking? Or does he need a few more repetition until he finds out what his solution is? So now Sophie gives, so he has the freedom to look, yes, and he stays. So the next, you always do it 1 or 2 times, if it's fine, change the exercise, do something different, so he has another chance to think about it, try to figure it out, and while these are now in a straight line, you as a rider have your responsibilities. You must come straight, good, and you always approach the middle. What happens between the Cavaletti, that's his job. He will find this out. I think we can make this a little bit wider. Yeah, and this too. Okay. And then you can play a bit and see how far you can set it apart, that he is always stepping in the rhythm. Very clear. Yes, very nice. Pattern. Okay, trot on. So the first trot, rising, stretching, and always try from the beginning to give when he wants to stretch, keep contact. Sophie is also an event rider who is doing her final exam at the moment in Warendorf to become a writer. So come a little bit more forward, and luckily took good day and evening off to come here and show us how we like to warm the horse up, that it's active from behind, over the back, always trying to stretch into your hand. If you start in trot, it would be the same idea. Trot over 1, 2, 3, 4. Much more valuable is to build the Cavaletti on the bending line, because then you get not only the more activity from behind, you also get the bending and the ribs, that the horse is loose in the ribs over the back. That's why we set these now on the circle. While we're speaking about equipment, I hope that you can fix the rail in the block, because otherwise you need even more people, that it always stays where you want it. Normally I only take one end and it stays, but with these you just have to take a little more time to change it. We put it now on the circle. Yeah, good. And next. So if we try and start with 2 on the circle. On the circle, it has a big advantage that in the morning, when you have different horses with different horse lengths, you have in the middle 1.20 meters, and you can decide, oh, my horse is a big mover, so I stay outside. Good. Or I have a thoroughbred, it's not such a big trot, then I stay more inside. Take the next, Sophie. Next one, a little bit further out, that he does bigger steps. Doesn't matter. Now she was too far out. What did he do? He put another extra in. What I like is that he's very clever and he doesn't want to touch a fence, touch a rail. So stay a little bit more to the inside. Yes, that's better. Okay, we take the next. Yeah. Okay. And change rein, Sophie. It's always important, you take this one to the other side, to make sure that you work on both sides. Tristan said a very interesting thing. He said, don't always work on the weak sides of the horse. And don't start with the weak side. Always make sure you first try to encourage and start with a good side, with a chocolate side, I always say. And then go to the side where the horse has more difficulties, where it's a bit stiff, or where he doesn't want to bend or flex too much. So hopefully, in the end of 6, good, very nice. Stay a little bit more to the outside. And now try to think of inside leg is really trying to support the, doesn't matter, just play with it. Come with your inside leg. Your outside hand is very quiet, that he's really bent around your inside leg, and we watch his hind legs, that he is stepping higher, good. Higher in the rhythm, that means we can reach muscles, which we can't reach if we don't use it, and he's only trotting normal. Try again, a little bit out, yeah, very nice. Okay, canter a few rounds, and then change rein. I like to canter in the light seat in my warm-up phase. Just get off his back and make sure that he can really loose, forward, gradually open up a bit. Yes, he's still a bit afraid to come closer there, but you try to come with your inside leg, take a little give again, and always support him with your half horse so he is focused. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's it. And another transition to trot. Sit. Okay, change rein and do the same thing on the other hand. Now the trot is still a little bit more forward, that you are sure you have a regular trot. The rhythm, or trot again, Sophie, trot one, trot again. Whoa, and trot on the other hand first. From the right hand side one more time, and your aim is now that he will chew your rein through your hand and is searching even more down and a little bit more consistently. Yes, that's nice. He is still a little bit hearing something, looking a bit here and there, but we will keep going until he focused. Pattern, good. And now keep a little bit more steady contact, one more time. Okay. Good. And canter again on the right hand side. Okay. If he does it, that still means, oh, I'm fresh and I'm still not that supple in the back that you wish. Don't worry, go there again, turn, sit, sit once. Keep contact, come with your right leg. And sit, not further, not further. That's enough, that's enough. Good, good. And short again. And pattern. And go there one more time, a little bit closer, and do one circle there, small circle there, where he's a bit afraid. So he just gets used to it. Please, Tristan, do me a favor and don't come with your big whip now. Where are you? And do a circle there, Sophie. Smaller circle, a vault. Yes, that he will relax there a little bit more. Yeah, that's close enough. Come with your leg, take it, and pattern. Pattern, good. That he knows everything is fine. And now one more, and then he will have a good break. Let him stretch a bit more. Yes, look to the Cavaletti. You look early enough because you are responsible for the way. That's nice. And one more time, a little bit more stretching. You should always do this very cadency and swinging. Good. Steps. And then slow down a bit now before. Slow down a bit. Whoa. Go, that's a good rhythm. And let him look. Yes, doesn't matter. Yes, that was more relaxed. And pat him at a walk back. Good. Whatever you do now, whatever is your aim for this next working session, before the horse is not really giving his back, is supple, you feel from behind over the back, is searching for the stretching, you have no chance to start. But we want to start. We want to show you how you use the Cavaletti in the working phase. First, let him down on the buckle, while Ken and me are making a different exercise. Oh, this is what I meant. It's very important to have a good equipment where the block stuck on the end, but we try. We stay on the circle. Now, when we start the sitting, we try to make sure that he is definitely up in front, because he's more engaged behind, more carrying, more sitting. So Sophie tries now to start with the half horse. Close your seat, come back, one walk step, and out. And I want you now to do this half hold while she's on the height of the block. Come back, and out. Okay, now you start with the Cavaletti. Half hold, and turn. And trot. So what we want is to get a little bit more cadency, activity, more sitting on his hindquarters, and out. Yes, stay a little bit in. Good. And make these a little smaller. Now you think it looks quite easy to have now 4 things on one circle. You have the transitions for the throughness, to make sure that you sit him up again, back, and then you change rein, and we do the same thing on the other hand. Good, and come back, close him a bit, and trot again. Easy. Whoa, okay. Yes. That's a nice rhythm. Now you go in the circle, and before we start the exercise, it's always important that you go once around, so the rider and the horse know exactly which way to go. Now you start with your half hold. First exercise to focus, to concentrate, come back, close your leg, and try to really get him engaged from behind. Yes. Just sit, close your leg, and out again. Doesn't need to be more. And now you start the Cavaletti. Good. Stay a little bit more out there, so he has to lift up a bit higher, more free from the shoulder, using more his joints. Yes. Come back and out. He comes back, so you don't take him back that much. Let him easily go out again. Yes, and out. Good. Yes, that's nice. One more. If he does it nice, then he will have a nice canter to fresh, that he's fresh forward again, canter, open up a bit, okay, and 2 long sides, open up, nearly to medium, come back, and we do the next step of difficulty. The figure of 8 is one exercise which belongs really to my favorites, because you have a chance to get both sides really supple, make them loose and rid the horse equally on both sides. So first, Sophie, now you go between the blocks. I like to put the blocks because that's a help that the small circles, which are now 8 to 10 meter circles, are really round circles and you can't cheat. Now she looks to the Cavaletti, turn, good, that's it, and turn, good. Make sure that he stays on one line with your outside leg, that he's, yeah, that's nice. And half hold, so he grows a bit bigger, and turn. Yes, that's nice. So now always half hold, now the inside leg is coming. You look, you turn, stay outside, yeah. That the inside hind leg has to go under the center of gravity, and turn, that's hard work. One more. Yeah, and turn. Don't come back now, let him go in the rhythm. Go. When he came back here, he was ready to canter. I saw it already, don't worry. But now a little bit more. Easy turn, smooth. Pressing your inside stirrup. Really try to guide him as smooth as you can. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, now you go alongside. Keep this little bit more collected shot, a little bit more cadency. Start with a little bit of shoulder in, and then do a half pass, and that in the same rhythm. Yes, that's nice. Try to keep going as far as you can, and straight, and pat in there. Good. Change rein, rising and forward. Fresh up, yeah, and come back. Every time you ask them to sit for a while, you have to really make sure that they are in front of you again, that you open up and you get the whole energy from behind in front of you. Shoulder in, and don't worry. Whoa, trot again, trot. Don't pet it, because now he cantered, and for this is the answer, you ignore it. Every time the horse does a mistake, and there was a misunderstanding, ignore it, prepare again, ask him again. Now, right leg, a little bit more forward and easy. Press in the stirrup and then forward. Yeah, that's it. That's fluent. No more hindquarters. Oh. Rising trot, forward, one long side again, rising. More. Yeah, and come back. Okay, and one more time, try to get more shoulder, that is not hindquarters leading, and very easy. Easy in this rhythm. That's it, not more. That's nice. And straight and pattern. Now it's time to stretch. Let him really rising trot. Let him stretch down again. He was so concentrated, so focused, that now the relaxation is important to finish, especially for the next day. And because we would like to encourage the dressage people that they do the same what they did in earlier days, to see is the horse really obedient, is he encouraged. We set up a small fence and Sophie will make a jump to finish. Okay, so you canter on the right hand. Some dressage riders say, oh, we don't have a jumping saddle. I keep saying you don't need one, you just stand a little bit in your stirrup, get off his back, try to make him really round, let him easily canter in the light seat. Let him look. Yes. And pat him. I know she can do it higher, come on. Can we make it higher? So we take a little circle and try again. All my dressage horses have a jumping session once a week. It's not important that they jump high, but it's important that they use their backs and they have different chance. Whoa, that's better. I don't say he's dressage breeding, so not half. But now we want to see if he is smart and clever. Will he think? Will he touch it again? Easy. Very nice. And pat it. Let him stretch through. That's it. Good. And trot. And trot over these two poles one more time. Easy rhythm again. Relaxed. Yes, very nice. Good. And pattern. It's a pity it's not the 1st of April today, Fool's Day. Otherwise I would say from the 1st of January 2013,
I would like to encourage everybody to have this tiny sense after the dressage, and every horse will have a chance to train for it, to go for it, and I'm sure that in all dressage barns, once a week they set up some Cavaletti and some jobs. Sophie is finished, and the warm-up is finished. While sitting, and get the energy from behind, then I open again, go forward. That's always a good sign, because that means he's working. When he is saying something, then I look. And now I take all 4 Cavaletti. So open up, medium, and collect. And you watch out his hind legs. If he is hopping together, that's not good. He should always really jump under the center of gravity, carry all the weight with his inside. Okay, I just thought, oh, change rein, now I have to do it again. Use a little bit more leg, more energy from behind, jump higher. And again. Okay, and a transition to walk, because he has now for a few rounds really was focused, he concentrated, so it's time to give him a little pause, change rein, and do the same thing on the other hand. Now I try to engage the left hind leg, get the bending around my inside leg, yes, and pattern. Open up. And collect. Sit. Sit deeper. Use your leg and give with your inside. Good. And now I want to smaller again. Makes the same thing on the left hand. And traverse, smaller the circle. Into a working pirouette, and shoulder in, out again. Try to get this canter really big and forward. And then try to use a lot of seat, and try always to engage him, get the whole energy from behind, and he should focus, look to the Cavaletti. And as soon as he approaches the first, then he can, it's his job, and he has to keep this balance and the rhythm and always take the whole energy on his inside leg. I want to show you another exercise, because I often hear the rumor that you are not allowed to learn or to approach a young horse with a change through a Cavaletti. Never do it with the fence, because then they will always do one leg behind. I start with my eventers and my jumpers when they are 4 years old, already changing, because when they are 4 or 5 in the young jumping classes, they need to do a proper change. So I can't make it in the way like I would do it when they are 5 getting 6 as dressage horse, out of the collection, out of the simple changes. I just play with the 2 Cavaletti in the figure of 8 again, and every time over the Cavaletti, I try to change the rein. So I have the same thing like I had in the trot, both sides, quality, try to really make them supple in the ribs, engage from behind, and use this circle always for getting them sitting up more, and do the change over the Cavaletti. So that's what we will try now. So I look early enough, I turn, and change. Oh, look, turn, and change. Over the Cavaletti, I pretend giving the canter aid to the other side. Whoa. He's still looking to the blocks. So open up a bit more. Yes. And then you give. Now I open up a bit more because you're spooky. Yes. And now I can use this half circle, really collect, go forward. Don't worry. Fist drop. Now I can sit him up again and change. And now I'm really happy that he does a mistake, because I want to encourage you, don't worry, if they do something wrong, if they hit a Cavaletti. Now we see, I'm doing it the same way again, that he's careful, that he's trying, and I've never, honestly, through all the years, have had an injury through Cavaletti work. My horses were injured in the stall, on the lorry, luckily not on the pasture, but never with the Cavaletti. Trust them that they have the foot sureness and learn from it. So you turn. Yes. You look early enough, turn, and go. There I was too late telling him I must sit already in the new direction, like this. And me as a rider, I'm responsible to tell him early enough I want to go to the right. Okay. And walk break and pattern. While I do my walk break, it should be a relaxation for him, that he can catch up a breath, but it also, I can work on the quality of the canter. We showed it of the walk. I showed you how you start in the beginning. What was more important, that in the collective walk, the horse stays always in the same rhythm. No short long, no pacing, very clear in the rhythm. We have, in the Prix St. George, we have this exercise, collected walk, half period back. And what is important, that the horse is always maintaining his collected walk. So I look early enough, turn. My approach is the white part, the middle of the Cavaletti. And he should, good. Lift his feet up, then I flex him. Do my walk pirouette, look early enough back to the Cavaletti. And do it again. No, I want to turn, not he, because he's afraid of the blocks in the rhythm. And I have the walk really active. Give. Good. Wait a little longer so I have more room. And do it again. Good. And pattern. So, then he's allowed to stretch. This is now another exercise for more experienced horses, for horses who are used to go over Cavalettis, who have good muscles built within the last years. And then I can try to ask for more cadency, for more engagement. I want the trot step to become a bit bigger. So I set the Cavaletti one height higher and trot very collected over it, that you can show it, that you can see it better from the side. I will not do it on the circle, but pretend I have a corner, a straight line corner. First, that he can rest between. I leave one out, so he has 2 times lift his legs higher. Then he can relax, and the next 2 are coming. Before I start with 4, I try to really swing in the rhythm. Don't sit too heavy. Try to really feel the rhythm. So I look, I turn, go to the middle. Okay, he knows it, he's not taking too much effort. One more time, and then we do the four together. So I collect a bit more, engage his hind, use more leg. Yeah. Okay, and walk, and make all four together. Very nice. And I feel I can give, and he stays in total balance. He's not rushing forward, he's not slowing down. He looks and really stays in a very supple, loose, easy trot. Oh. Thank you. You always should stop when you have the best feeling. But again, I didn't want to stop because it's so wonderful to feel how much he is carrying, so I have to do it one more time. And then, very nice. Then it's definitely time for a stretching. My father always says that in the beginning and in the last phase, the horse must look like a 4-year-old horse. He should not drop spectacular anymore. He should really stretch through. He should just look normal, easy, relaxed, supple, loose. And finish the lesson, to finish the lesson, has the same importance than starting it. Because for this feeling of a really stretch through his whole body, he will hopefully tomorrow come out of the stable and says, whoa, I'm ready to work. Whatever we do today, it felt good yesterday. And the horses have a best memory. They always remember the same Cavaletti block here on that side, or the same good feeling when they finish with a nice relaxation. And I'm very happy that he is here now. Not spooky anymore. Yes. And ready to finish. So it's your choice. And tell me, do you want to see him jump? Please say yes. Yeah. Want to jump? Come. We make an extra jump. Because I have fun to jump, and we said something about mental training. If you really like to do something, your horse is liking it too. So I want to encourage all the dress-out riders, trainers, that it's a good finish if you say, come on, why don't you try? And one higher, please. Come. I have to make sure that I have a chance to have the right approach. I thought he is tired now because he has worked so hard. Oh, maybe there's a tractor coming somewhere, somehow. Twister. Whoa. Look and nose. That's what I learned today. And we try one more time. Yes. Okay.